are listening to us. Are we live? Oh, I think we're live. Hey!
What does cheer now to be #1?
So cheer is a thing you can do on Twitch. Don't do this.
Okay.
Don't do the thing. Cheer is a thing you can do on Twitch where you like give bits or something. Hello, everybody. We are.
Hey.
Yeah, we're actually live.
We're learning how Twitch works.
Right. There's a thing about cheering, and great. So it's everything. Can anybody see us? Are we live here? I assume we're live there. So maybe we're live here.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Cheer: will never live to victory.
You're right. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I think we're live. Anyway,
are we live?
It's not clear. Are we live?
I don't know. Is there anyone in chat that could tell us if we're live?
Well, so
we're
live.
Oh,
we're live. Okay, great.
The two people who are watching us talk have confirmed.
That's good. Yeah, we're professionals, obviously. So this is good.
Rakunu.
Rakunu
is here.
Yeah, I read a question from them during Cheers Give Money. 100 bits is $1.
Link Fox.
Give us 100,000 bits. Don't do that.
Please don't.
Okay.
Oh,
Dice with Lightning. It's Tim. Hello, Tim. How are you? So what was I saying?
I don't know. Something about. Did this just start? Yes. Speedy.
We haven't even.
Speedy Rack.
We haven't even started. Yeah. We have not yet begun to start.
We just realized that we were live.
Right. We were talking about something.
Yeah.
Or other. Anyway, important stuff. We're going to talk about jamming stuff, jamming prep, and get ready for that. We'll do that for about an hour, then we'll take an hour off, and then we'll come back for the actual session.
We're 5 minutes early, that's why.
We're 5 minutes early?
Yeah, that's great. We can just talk about whatever we're talking about for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, so there's that building.
Right.
It looks entirely wrecked.
Yeah,
entirely
destroyed. I want to go in it.
Yeah, I do. I want to go inside a destroyed building. Paul and I have this new hobby that is like a professional hobby of walking through abandoned buildings that are like falling down around us and like going in places that have like big do not enter signs and the floor is super suspicious and we almost fell through those stairs. It was great.
We've been in a lot of cool buildings that are either abandoned and falling down or not abandoned and falling down.
Right. They're definitely falling down. But before we can go too much further here, it's your birthday.
Oh, it is.
It is your birthday.
That's true.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Thank you.
How is your birthday going so far?
Pretty good.
Good. Are you doing anything special for your birthday today?
I woke up in the morning.
Yeah.
I ate some cake.
Cake?
Yeah.
You had cake?
Yeah.
Is it grapefruit cake?
It was grapefruit cake.
So it was cake you made yourself?
Yeah. I always make my birthday cake. I've made my birthday cake since I was 12. I like making birthday cake.
So have you only made your own birthday cakes or do you make birthday cakes for others as well?
Mostly the other thing. Mostly for other people.
All right.
Because other people have more birthdays per year than I do.
Interesting. Interesting.
Like collectively.
Okay, because I was saying, I don't think they
do. Not individually. But like collectively, there are more birthdays in the year that are not mine than birthdays that are mine.
Great. And then for your birthday, you're going to fly to Seattle.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
You get to fly to Seattle.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing you love doing.
It is. Flying to Seattle.
Right. You're going to just fly there, land, and be like, yes, and then fly back.
Basically, yes. I'm going to be there for a 1 hour meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be in airports and airplanes for 9 hours to go have that 1 hour meeting.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, which seems really good.
That's exciting.
So, that's good. Thanks. So Speedorack asks if I can explain how to play GSF. Yes, but that's a different live stream.
Yeah, that's not going to be this one.
That's the live stream of how to play GSF.
Right, yeah. Galactic
Which maybe we'll actually do. Like, what if like you and I do that randomly in the middle of the night?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be a thing.
Or at Gen Con, if anyone's at Gen Con.
Yeah, if you're at Gen Con and you aren't already full of your schedule, when are we going to have time? When would you and I have time to play GSF?
Sometime after 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, I posted yesterday on the Greater Than Games forums that if anyone comes to Gen Con and plays a game of GSF, they're playing a game of GSF there, and they text me that they're doing it or tweeted us that they're doing it or whatever, I will show up and give everyone who's playing it a free copy of GSF.
How many copies of GSF are you going to bring to Gen Con?
I don't know.
18.
Sure. It depends on how many people like in this stream or like in the forum are like, yes, I'm really hype about it. Yeah. Like if it's just 3 people, then I'll be like, sure, I'll bring like 3 copies. Or I'll bring a case of 6 or something.
That makes sense.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
That'd be fun.
The fun thing about this whole thing that we're doing here is that this could be like Paul and Christopher get coffee and talk about a thing, but neither of us drink coffee.
Right.
So
I should have tea, actually.
You should have
usually
tea.
have tea.
Where's your tea?
I was in a hurry this morning, so I didn't grab it. There's actually tea out in the tea maker.
Come in.
Someone is here at the door. It's a delivery from...
Oh! You're on the wrong side. There's no cameras over there, dummy.
You have to come over here. You have to come over here.
You told me you understood how the rules worked.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, my goodness.
There's a lot of humans.
Oh, my goodness gracious. You can see on the monitor. Look on the monitor where you are. Make sure you're visible on the monitor. Scoot over.
I don't think that it's possible that everyone can
I think they can because we still have more room.
It's probably
Come on. Come on, Trevor.
We hired
Come
too
on,
many
Trevor.
people.
Now scoot in, guys. Look at the monitor. Matt's got plenty of space. Scoot down. Yeah, you're terrifying. Good.
On the edge.
Good.
Okay, now if you look
at
this
that
thing,
camera. So that's the monitor. Look at the camera. This is all of Greater Than Games that's here. Is this like who are we missing? Anybody?
Chris Kirkman.
Right, but anybody in the office?
No.
All right.
Wow, this is everyone who works in this office
Everyone
now?
who works in this office now. Isn't this cool?
This is the first time everyone who works in this office has been in this office.
Matt, be shorter. We can't see your face.
Yeah.
Also, Chris, you're really tall.
Yeah.
Also, Craig.
Wall Scots.
Face.
Yeah, there we go. Good job, everybody. Okay, why are you all here? What do you want?
Oh, we just missed you.
Yeah, we missed you all so much.
This is great. Do you want to sing a song?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paul. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
Oh, that's good. I'm pretty judgy about people not singing that song in key, and you did a good job, so good job. You're not fired.
I hope you all were singing along at home or at work or wherever you're watching this too. It's very important that you did. If you didn't sing along, go ahead and rewind the recording back and sing along with us. It's key. If you don't do that, you're not going to get your points. You got to have your points. Thank you all for joining us. And get back to work. Get back to work. Go do your jobs.
Thank you, everyone.
And don't watch this because we're doing spoilers.
Spoilers.
We have so many people that work here now. And they're all so cool. They're all so much cooler than we are.
That's true. That's definitely true.
All right.
Yeah. Dave says, "Holy cow, you have a lot of people who work there."
Right.
I know, it's very shocking to me.
It's really cool. So they were all supposed to come in a couple minutes after 11.
Yeah.
And then we went live way early. And so it was like, okay, well, I'll just stall and say pointless things.
But
for
it's a
10
good thing
minutes.
that we were.
Fortunately, we can stall and say pointless things for hours.
That's another panel we should do at PAX
Stall and
Dev.
say pointless things for 1 hour.
Paul and Chris
2
would
hours.
just talk. Like we could genuinely do that.
It would be entertaining. People would enjoy it. But for now,
entirely a joke.
No, it's not. For now, we need to get down to business to defeat the Huns.
That's true. You do.
All right. So the spoilers tag is back up on the screen.
Oh yeah.
So for those of you that are watching, when we're pointing or looking, it's because we're looking at ourselves, or the thing, and that we can see that there's the.
I think
warning.
we should have two different ones. We should have a spoiler warning and a spoiler watch.
Sure. You should also have a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
should go.
Yeah. Cool.
Here's where the visitors, not the Huns. But we're not trying to defeat the heroes. We're trying to defeat the Huns.
And in fact,
who are
specifically,
invading China.
that's the thing is like the GMing the Sentinel Comics role-playing game is not about defeating the heroes, nor is it about helping the heroes win. It is about the GM is playing a game where they are telling the best story.
And helping the players help you tell the best story, like facilitating
And,
everyone who's there. That is how I feel about GMing, like
in general.
95+% of the time.
Yep.
Like once in a while, I'm like, I shall make a dungeon.
That's really,
and the
really
point of this
challenging.
dungeon is to kill you. So everyone make 2 characters, right? And then that can be fun if everyone's
And then I
into
make
that.
a dragon, and that messes everything
And
up.
that's so great. But other than that, like I generally don't feel like the GM-player relationship is adversarial in any way.
The bidder on that building wants to.
So Speedo Rex says that they'd watch us ramble for an hour.
Well,
So good news.
yeah. Good news.
You've
You're
signed
here.
up for the right live stream.
You're in the right place. Okay, so laundry list of things we're doing today. Arcane Tower, Magic Words,
Okay.
Peppergenie. We saved the best for last. And also that's the order they're going to have.
Yeah.
The first thing is Arcane Tower. So
Okay.
the first thing we're going to do is that Arcane Tower that we saw at the very end of the last session.
Right.
They get to this place, and the Vandals are going to be there. They don't know that. They get spoilers. But there's going to be this Arcane Tower. It's an environment.
Right.
We didn't use an environment for the first scene because we didn't really need one. It was just like a place where there was a dragon.
Yeah.
But we have an environment. So this is the part of chapter
And
5.
we're assuming that because at the end of the last session, they learned that there was some control about of that like thing that was keeping the dragon in there coming from this tower, and it was problematic. So
they saw the tower.
Right.
It's covered in arcane sigils.
Right.
I feel like they're not going to look at the tower and go, cool, and leave.
Yeah.
They could. In which case, I will just wing it. It'll be fine.
That's fine. Actually, a question I had for you going into this too for pre-prep.
Yeah.
What are, I know Craig has his robots going out there analyzing a time anomaly in like Texas or something like that.
Yeah.
what's going on there, really? Do you have any plans for that?
No, not a specific plan.
Okay,
so
cool.
the thing is, the thing that I knew that Craig is specifically interested in is that he's got this chronal anomaly stuff he's like searching for. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put this thread out here. If he goes and follows it, he has a nemesis from his back of the story, Dr. Kilowatt. That also fell through time and is doing stuff. And that is a thing that I'm like, hooking on there, that's definitely connected to Dr. Kilowatt. I don't have a specific plot in mind for it, other than like, oh, if you want to go pursue
if he goes there, then you can.
Then I can be like, oh yeah, we've got all this stuff here, no problem.
Yeah.
That's a Dr. Kilowatt story that I want to. That if this goes well, we're going to do more of this stuff.
Right.
Then we
that
can pull
be a
that
thing
in
over there.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to hook that into like some of the broader weird goings on with this particular quest line?
No,
not really.
No,
That's a future quest line.
Right. This quest line is about magic and space stuff.
Right.
And there isn't. Putting also this time stuff in here, I think, is going to make it less.
A little bit muddy,
it's too much. It's too chaotic.
Yeah.
So there's already enough weird stuff going on here that is competing.
But like random stuff related to that future timeline can happen over the course of the campaign.
Whenever there's a twist thing that comes up, because like that for him, that was a twist that like, oh, something comes up. I'm like, oh, if it's important to you, that it's chronal energy.
Right.
And that's not a thing that I planned, but I'm putting that. Oh, I've got this chronal energy on the side here. So now it's a thread for them to pull on. It's also a thread for me to pull on.
Right.
So it's just like. Cool. We like out of the planning work for doing these 6, the stuff they're going to do, the stories they're going to tell is going to like strictly benefit the rest of the stuff. It's going to help out a lot. It's going to be great. Okay, cool. So, Arcane Tower environment. So here we go. Okay. Environment process. So first, we need to name the environment. Arcane Tower. That's great. Right. Establish its 3 traits. So what are the 3 things that this tower has going on about it? 3, and these are like descriptive phrases that we'll assign a die to.
Okay, cool.
Like every environment.
I was going to ask you, how does that work?
So name the environment. Great. Name this environment. That's it. Establish its 3 traits. So we need to come up with 3 evocative traits that represent its main qualities and give an idea of how anyone can affect it. So Jen, in this example, is making an eldritch storm, portraying a situation where Rook City is racked with something either magical, alien, chaotic, or probably sentient. So dimensional rifts, horrific distortions, malevolent chaos. Those are the 3 things.
That's an example, yeah.
Right. So for me, I think that one thing we have here is collapsing infrastructure. Like we were talking about at the beginning, this is a building that's falling down.
Right.
This was a ruined building that they're just like squatting in.
And this is good because since we've done a lot of field research
yes,
on
that's
what
why
happens.
That's the only reason that we've been walking into these buildings is for this exact session.
Specific scene.
Right.
But like that helps. And say good phrases like, so you look over there, and there's a weird control tower thing up in the air.
You can see that the ceiling in this one place is sagging down, and there's like drips coming from it, and there's water here, and if you look at the floor is sagging down, and if you go down another level, it's still sagging. It's all the way from the very top floor to the bottom floor, like that one building we were in. It was like, oh wow, okay. When you say water damage, what we mean is there's just a column of water. Collapsing infrastructure. Okay, so what's another thing? So
so something related to the magic and arcanity.
Right, exactly. And I was going to say magical sigils, because this place. So the magical sigils that we dealt with in the first session, there's 3. This building is covered in them. They're all the outside, they're all the inside. Cool. This building is being like kept up by these magical sigils. So that's an important part of the thing.
Do they do different things, or are they all kind of like holding the building up sigils?
Some of them are holding the building up sigils. Some of them are warding against intruders. Some of them are putting out alerts. And so like these are sigils that like they're going to react to the presence of the heroes. So these are all things that should react to the presence of people. Yeah. So the collapsing infrastructure will absolutely react to the presence of people. So will the magical sigils. So what's a third thing? We've got magical sigils, we've got collapsing infrastructure. What is a third thing about this building that is like true and dynamic in some way?
Right.
Dynamic for a location.
Right. I think. Does it have any inhabitants currently? Is it abandoned?
This is a question. It's like
I feel like some of the sigils will make some of the wisp things.
Yeah, that's a sigil thing. Yeah. Although I do want to say that I want to have. Looking for a word that means mutated, but in a magical way. And be like, oh, there's just some real big rodents. There's some like vermin in this building that have been affected by by the magic that is running through this building. Oh, okay. And so they are a thing that is arcane infestation. The building is infested, but instead of like regular termites, you've got magic termites. And regular rats, you've got magic rats. Any of the normal
that'll be good.
Bugs and rats and things that you would have in a building that's a negative thing, we're magicking those up. Okay, so we did that. We established the 3 traits. Now we assign dice to the traits. So let's look at this table here for the dice. Do we think that any of these things are catastrophic? I don't think so.
No.
I think some of these things are dangerous. Some of these things are challenging. So yeah, I think that the collapsing infrastructure is more challenging than dangerous. It was like the buildings we were in, it wasn't like, oh shoot, we're gonna die.
Right.
It was like, oh, we need to be careful around these things. So that's a D8. And I think that the Arcane Infestation is also a D8 because like you can just avoid them.
I feel like I was a D8 of concern about walking on the roof of that one.
Right, exactly. And that's what they were at here. Whereas I think that the magical sigils are specifically dangerous. They are more intentionally set up to cause problems. So there we go.
Cool.
Now we create some gyro twists. Right. So here's some effects we can have twists that like because this is when you go to the environment. When it's the environment's turn, I'll talk about here. So yeah, when environment comes up on its turn, it can introduce a twist. It can introduce challenges into the environment, but also you have when heroes invoke twists, they can these things can come up. So let's see. So I think that first off, we want to create some green twists, some yellow twists, and some red twists. And these aren't necessarily all twists, these are also environment things. So I think that the thing we can have I want to have essentially one thing that relates to each of these
for each of those categories,
so I think that we could have some magic rats.
Yeah.
Magic rats.
So like minion ones for that one and for the sigils as well.
Right.
Like wherever that goes.
Right.
That might be a yellow one, but like making some of the wisps.
I think that having sigil wisps as well, that's a good call. Yeah. And then I think let's go with the arcane termites as well. Those are great for the yellow zone. But now, chat, I need something, and I'm going to go back to working on these while you think about it. I need something that's going to be a really terrible, some sort of vermin that you would find in an old abandoned building that's been influenced by magic in some way to make it worse. What is that for the red zone? Some sort of really terrible, awful thing.
Yeah.
That's what I want for the red zone. So they'll chat about that for a second. So
sigil wisps, we'll come up with some weird abilities.
We know that these are we'll say the sigil wisps are D8s. We'll say the magic rats are D6s. The sigil wisps have a +1 to hinder. The magic rats have a +1 attack for each rat in scene because they get progressively worse. And the arcane termites will have, they'll be a D8 and they take -1 damage because they're hard to hit that.
So I've got two thoughts here about the collapsing infrastructure. The first one is the thing that I was laughing about, which is that Richard Molina in here mentioned that there might be Arcanisbestos.
Oh, I love Arcanisbestos. Like, I'm putting that in the yellow zone.
Which might hinder them somehow with their
Bestos. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so that is really roll, environment, pool, hinder, all with mid-die. Yep, that's great. Yeah. That's great.
And then I'm a big fan of the kind of twists that unlock challenges. I think those are really cool.
Or not necessarily unlock challenges, but demand a challenge.
Right, exactly right. And so, especially for the infrastructure one, like if they do something and there's some sort of twist where it starts to actually fall apart, and they've got to like take time out of their busy schedules to make this tower not fall down. Is an interesting kind of
collapsing floor, and it is going to be. Collapsing floors is going to be roll, pool, hinder. Actually, I'm going to move that to. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to move that down to the yellow zone. I do want something else for the green zone, but this is mean enough. Hinder 1 hero until overcome with max. So one hero is going to get massively hindered, and that hinder is persistent until somebody does an overcome to solve the situation. Okay, I need one more thing. I want something green zone that can come up that's a twist. It's not just a threat, but is a...
check here.
Eldritch Dust, because there's a lot of gross dust in collapsing buildings, and in this one it's going to be the worst. So it's Eldritch Dust, and that's just a simple attack. All roll pool, min die. So that's just a minor attack. They're like, oh no, you've got this dust in his lungs and it hurts and it burns. Okay, great. So we've got good green zone, we've got a good yellow zone. I need some red zone stuff.
And some of that stuff can actually hinder either the heroes or the villains
So like
as well.
the Arcanus Bestus hinders everybody in the scene.
That's amazing.
Because Arcanus Bestus may be the best thing we got here. So Richard, bonus points. You should work in games in some way. Okay, what do we got for?
So they've got a bunch of like centipedes,
is
spiders.
Good. Dogs like spiders. I'm about those spiders.
Magical cockroaches, possums.
Oh man.
What's a like vermin animal in north central Mexico?
Right, that's the trick. That's why I like rats. I like termites. I don't think that we're gonna have that possums are gonna work. Spiders definitely can work. We could just
possums are actually originally native to South America, so they might be.
It wouldn't surprise me. Lizards too. You could have.
Let me see. Oh yeah, no, possums definitely. Look at the range of possums.
Yeah, but actually no. Look in the area we are. That white zone.
Specifically right there.
That white zone. Like we're outside. Yeah.
In the Chihuahuan Desert. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, look at
this.
Oh no, never mind. No, that's great.
It's possums everywhere.
Yeah, but you're looking at North America here most. I mean, you're looking at the United States more.
Mexico is.
Right, but like here.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Most of Mexico.
Look, this is Australia.
That's a brush-tail possum.
And it's a different kind of possum. There's Australian possums are the one thing in Australia that is actually nicer than the American counterpart.
You know what I learned recently? You know in Mario, the raccoon thing that you dress up with to fly?
The Chinooki, yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually based on a species of canid that's native to East Asia called raccoon dogs.
Yeah, the raccoon dogs are Chinooki.
Right,
Chinooki's
exactly.
raccoon dogs.
Right.
I
didn't realize that was what was going on there. The other thing is
they look a lot like raccoons, but they look like a cross between a raccoon and a dog.
Right. Yeah. And they have nothing to do with raccoons. They just happen to look like that.
Right.
The other thing that's interesting is that they're an invasive exotic in Eastern Europe. Like the Russians introduced them.
Their way over into.
No, like the Russians were like, what if we put some here to like harvest their fur? This was like in the 1930s or something like that. And now there's just like giant piles of them, and people in Latvia are mad.
Okay, so
that's related.
I need a good magic word for a possum. Magic name for a possum.
What is the scientific name for a possum? Go off of there. There.
Geez.
The order Didelphimorphia.
Yeah, no, let's not go with that one.
Really,
yeah. Go back to the chat. Chat's what's going to be helpful here.
Yeah.
That's our research facility.
Impossum.
All right,
that's
I'm good with it.
I like impossum.
Yeah, there you go.
Cystocene suggested impossum.
Cytosine.
Cytosine. Oh yeah.
It's a verb. Okay, impossum, and they're impossible to stop. It's going to be a lieutenant. It's going to be huge. It's only a D8 lieutenant, but still.
D8? It could be a D10.
As a lieutenant, no, it doesn't need to be. Because lieutenants, even if you
they go down.
Yeah, D8 lieutenants, D10 lieutenants are really, really scary, actually. D12 lieutenants can kill a party if they want, because like it's actually really tricky to beat their saves. Okay, I want to give them some bonuses. I want to give them when attack. Yeah, when this makes sense for a possum. Whenever they attack, they hinder with their min die.
Oh sure. I really hope the impossum comes out now.
Yeah, we'll see. And I don't have art for it, of course, but I have art for the other thing. We'll get there. And then, and that is a D10 lieutenant with some cool abilities, but we'll get there too. Let's give this something else. -1 damage, non-physical. They're just really hardy.
Yeah.
You try to hurt them with between being a possum being magical, if you try to hurt them with a physical damage, they're like, nah, that's not, whatever. Okay, cool. They're great. And I need a red zone twist of some sort. What time are we at?
Yeah.
We're doing good? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we got big things.
Right. Do we want to do something with the sigils, like some sort of magical problem happens that also makes them do challenges with that somehow? And because we got a bunch of characters that like to solve magical problems, and so giving them some cool stuff to do there, like
sigil lockdown.
Yeah. Like the sigils are going into overload and are whatever, right? And you gotta
let's move the sigil lockdown into the yellow zone.
Yeah, you could actually do for that one. You could let them figure out some interesting stuff about the magic as well, while they're solving it.
And they'll need to know that stuff,
right?
Too,
exactly.
So.
And they can get some research from successes, and also figure out like, oh, these sigils are powering up these other sigils. Like, do you have a vision for exactly what's going on here magically?
I mean, what do you mean exactly what's going on here?
I don't know. Okay, so these sigils were made by the Vandals,
right?
Who are trying to make this tower stand up,
right?
Capture a laser dragon.
They're not. The laser dragon thing was incidental. They accidentally summoned the laser dragon, and they didn't want it to come after them because they knew it was going to do that. Right. So they made the bubble so that it didn't come and attack them because they knew it was like, oh shoot, we did this thing. Put a bubble over it. Go back home. Work on other stuff.
Yeah.
But they whenever they encounter any sort of magic thing, they're like, what's this? Let's do something with it. And they have this amulet.
Okay.
The heroes are going to find the thing, and they use this amulet to get the laser dragon egg in the first place. They're like, oh, there's an amulet. Maybe we can like pour our magic into it and get power out of it. Right. So they pour the magic into it, and they summon a laser dragon egg, and they're like, oh, that's bad. Put a bubble over it. Go back to trying other things. So they're just like, they're doing magic.
So they're trying to figure out what's going on with the amulet, basically. That's what
they're
doing.
They don't even knowledge is not part of their pursuit as wizardy people. What they're trying to do is like, hey, what can I get out of this? So they're like, they did something to the amulet and they got a laser dragon out of it. Maybe not. So they've got the amulet over there. Now they got something else. What can we do with this? And this is what they're in the process of summoning the Pepper Genie, which is unrelated to the amulet.
Awesome.
The amulet's in that room, and in fact is going to be like they find out that there's like the source of power that is like connected to the laser dragon. When they're in that room, Ray's character and Maggie's character are both going to be like, oh shoot, like that amulet, it's like yelling about laser dragons. Right. So we know that's there, and they can deal with that. But that's going to be after this whole dealing with the Vandals, dealing with the environment, dealing with the Pepper Genie. Okay, Sigil Lockdown is going to, oh, that's terrible. Powers, until solved. Great, and that's a 2 solutions thing.
Yeah, Rekunu says that about the imposter. I'm like, they keep thinking they defeated, but then it's just pretending.
Yeah, I can give it a revive. I just recently dealt with the revivability in the preview adventure. Cool. Revive once.
Okay, now it's definitely
terrible. You tell me. It's just an impossible. Yeah. I mean, 3 is fair. Okay, Sigil Overload. So the lockdown is going to like reduce their powers. Sigil Overload. Oh, it's going to be impending explosion, destroy building, everyone dies. Great. Okay, solved. Everything's great there. If that comes up, you have to.
The great thing about the Impossible is that the Impossible doesn't specifically hate the heroes.
Yeah, but it is going to like. I mean, the Vandals are the ones that like brought it into being.
Right.
Yeah.
But I could imagine them doing something clever and like
sicking the Impossible.
Exactly. Or like
it could happen.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Right. Like that would be a fun thing to reward if they think about it. Right.
So that will destroy the building unless they do those 3 successes, and it will accelerate.
In the card game.
Yes. Or better yet, the Velociraptors are more useful that way.
Right, but the T-Rex is harder to sick on the opponents, but is
way more damaging. Accelerate scene tracker. Okay, cool. I might make this one a long scene tracker because it's. Yeah, I am probably going to make it a long scene tracker.
There's a bunch of going on.
Right, because usually I do the 2-4-2, and I might do 3-5-3 because they've got to make their way through the tower. Right. Dealing with the stuff as they go. Right. They've got to get to the Vandals. They've got to deal with the Vandals in some way. And when they start the fight against the Vandals will finish the thing they're doing, and then they will teleport out of there. The Vandals are not going to hang around for this. They're not interested in being here, and they are a one-shot thing for this. Like I've got their stats and everything all written up, and I'm barely going to use them. But that is a thing that they have to deal with the Vandals. Then Pepper Genie, they have to deal with the Pepper Genie. They solve that. Okay, great. And that is when the scene tracker will be like, okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
The Vandals are done. The Pepper
Genie is it a kind of thing? So this is a question. So when I'm thinking about it, constructing it like this, I might, if I were running it, consider breaking it into 2 scenes where there's one long scene that ends, and then once the Pepper Genie is summoned, then you go into like a new scene, but with the like extreme difficulty like scene tracker, or like the one that gets to red really fast.
Right. I would do it where it's the 1 green, 3 yellow, 4 red. I think it is.
And then it's like the boss fight because you have the boss fight music like in Mega Man.
Specifically Mega Man. It's the only game that ever had boss fight music. It's really weird.
Yeah. So this is a real game called Mega Man.
Okay.
That had bosses and mini bosses, and when you
had multiple bosses, lots of bosses.
Mini bosses.
Right. Okay.
And when you would go fight them, there would be music that would play. You get locked in a specific room with that boss with some music, and they always had a specific pattern, different weaknesses for the boss.
Okay, I can invoke that one multiple times. I like all the things you're saying, but I don't care. Is the trick? It's a weird thing. Okay. right, no, this is good. I can work with that. That's plenty for that.
Nice. This is cool.
Yeah, I've got threats. I've got challenges. And I've got the challenges. We're not going to put any doomsday devices. I mean, to a degree, the sigil overload is actually it is a doomsday device. Is what I did. Well, okay, because it can destroy the entire scene. All right, great. Environment created. Awesome. I'll need that for later.
Cool.
So now, next thing. The next thing I need. Leading up to this for the scene. So this is my environment, but below that I've got let's talk about what they're going to do. They're going to approach tower, like no big deal. But if they want to, they can decide to be real squirrely about it. Like, oh, let's go in stealthy or something, whatever. Then make way through tower.
I could imagine them doing a sneaky thing, or imagine them doing like we'll charge and kick down the door. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a sense of how they are as a party yet. Doing that kind of thing.
There are elevators. There are freight elevators that are broken.
Yeah.
But if they're like, oh, we want to repair this freight elevator and use it to get up to the top, great, you can do that. Otherwise, there's stairs. The stairs will frequently have like detritus and stuff in them that they have to get past. So those will be challenges that'll come up.
There's like a furnace with fire that they have to roll under to get the timing right, kind of roll underneath.
Oh man! And then you got to go through the tunnels that are underneath, and you end up underneath the showers.
And they come up in the shower, but you gotta not trigger the
motion
detector.
And the things you probably do, and so then they all show up, and then there's this big firefight situation. You lose most of your party, but you've got your 2 experts that you can make it through.
Yeah, see how they deal with that.
Any of you in the chat, if you can identify what movie it is that we're referencing, you get old points for being old. It's not that old, but still, I don't think the kids these days haven't seen it.
Right,
is the trick.
We've
learned that.
Yeah.
Those are going to be occasional. That's going to be a more tricky thing to do. What am I missing? No, right. This is good. Oh, right. So while they're doing this, magic words. That was one of the things that I needed to talk to you about today.
All right. Yeah.
Was magic words. This is the thing I need the chat's help with more than the movie, because no one knows this. Right. Okay. The thing I need help with is I want to have magic words for me to be saying that the entire time they're going through this building, once they're in the building going up, they hear magical chanting. And I'm just going to say some random magic words sometimes. And I was like, oh, I should make up some magic words in advance. Oh, this is fun. This is a normal thing where like at the table, if I were doing the spur of the moment at the table, I'd be like, Craig, what are some magical words you hear? And he's like, oh, I hear it's like, great. So those are words you hear. But I'm going to do this in advance. And I'm going to say, hey, chat, give me some magic words to say. And I'll say those magic words live on the stream. Yeah. So let's you and I craft one. Yeah.
I always make references when I'm as a GM. When I'm my go-to, I need some magical chanting. Is I would just go uni ma ima imatus.
Right. Let's put that one in there.
Like you must. Old points for people that know that. We're giving a lot of old points today.
Uni ma ima natus.
I think that's what it is.
It's close enough.
Someone guessed aliens for that movie? That movie is not aliens.
It is not aliens. Okay, great. So I've got one magical quote thing to say. Give me some more magical words. Go back to the chat. Paul, your job. Your job in the chat.
They're thinking. Klata Baratu necktie.
Chart Harley Sheen Ben Viren. Oh, that's not.
Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom ritual. Shrink to the size of a line.
Kalima is good.
Kalima. Yeah. That's good.
All right. We've got 2 Kalimas now.
Oh, there's also some good Vulcan.
Okay.
So,
hit me.
Kaltor Falipan. There's a particular.
Kaltor.
Something.
Falipan.
I believe.
In general, I need longer chanty things, but I can string some things together here. If I can get one more. Kamehameha. No, I'm good. Okay, this is probably good.
Good.
What's the chant from the music from the Lord of the Rings movies when the Balrog shows up and they have there's the chant that happens there that I used to like.
Oh.
It's all from Tolkien's writings.
Yeah.
There's a really good one. I'll just listen to that song
Yeah.
in between and
Right.
put that in there.
Get
Great.
some
All
chance.
right, last chance.
Good.
Last chance.
Oh, nice.
That was your last chance.
Oh, that's good.
All right, let's make a lieutenant.
No one's getting any old points this
It's
whole,
fine.
whole thing. All right.
All right, we're gonna make a lieutenant, and this
Yeah, we
lieutenant
are.
is gonna be a pepper genie. Paul.
Adam's gonna be so mad.
Oh, so you're not gonna be here.
Yeah,
So you don't get to see
I know.
the arts.
I'm very disappointed. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the recording.
I'll just show you the art.
specifically.
Because, oh my goodness. So, arts from last week, this is Laser Dragon Egg, Laser Dragon. This is the building that we're going into.
Cool.
And then they're going to get up there and there's going to be the Arcane Sigil and they're doing the thing. And it's like, it's the Vandals and they're doing stuff in this place. Okay, cool, great. Look at how cool he looks. Look at how cool he looks. It's great because Adam was going to be so mad because he hates the stupid jokes so much. But I think that he's going to have to admit that that guy's awesome. All right. I'm being mean to the stream right now because we're not showing them this. You'll see it during this.
It's really cool.
Yeah. And then
Like,
this is
you're
the
gonna have
amulet.
to trust us. Oh, that's a cool amulet.
Right. And then they have to cleanse the amulet.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So, right, we need to do the pepper genie and then we need to do the cleansing the amulet ritual, although that one is going to be kind of a choose your own ritual adventure.
They're asking if they're gonna get a PDF of the arts or anything like that. We have
What do you
plans
mean?
for the arts.
Oh, I mean
like in
with
general.
the public? Yeah, we're gonna
do
use them.
things
Yeah.
with the arts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Let's make the pepper genie.
Yes, the Vandals are Genagro. The Vandals are ex-citizen blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that is correct. That is correct.
I like this magic chant from Dave.
Yeah,
Break the dishes, smash the plates. That's what Bilbo Baggins hates.
that's good.
That's a magical line. That's the one. Well, I mean, that's
the ring inscription.
That's the ring inscription. I mean the one from the.
Yeah.
I mean the one from the Balrog chant. Like.
I don't remember. I don't know that it's that.
Unatsunari, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun. There's the drums and everything. It was a great, like, one of the primary instruments played in that song is just hitting chains against a wall.
Yeah.
Like, it's some really well done music stuff for those movies. Okay, so we've named the lieutenant. It's a pepper genie. Lieutenant die size is going to be a D10.
Oh,
I don't need it to be a D12 because it's going to have other stuff.
It's going to be awful.
Right. Yes. Okay. And abilities. So here we go. Yeah. So first off, it's going to have a hot, spicy fire breath, which is attack all nearby targets, +1 to roll. Okay, great. So that is one of its abilities. It has a hot, spicy fire breath. Let's see. I don't think it'll come up, but it's going to have an ability, an inherent ability that if Fire Realm native, if hit with fire, take no damage, boost that much.
I do like all of the abilities sounding like they could be foods. I think that's really.
Hot spicy fire breath isn't necessarily a food.
I mean, but it's described like hot and spicy
Yeah.
breath.
Split pepper skin. When hit at close range, deal min die to attacker. And what else here?
The seeds of chaos, Dave says.
The seeds of chaos. All right.
And then Iron and Off says pepper spray.
I mean, that's the hot, spicy fire breath.
Yeah.
But seeds of chaos I can work with because I can do a dumb thing where they only have one die. That's fine. They roll their die, and this is actually fine. I love this. They roll their die, create that many, which could be awful, but they're only D4 minions. You hit them once and they go down. And those D4 minions are just, I want to call them something seedlings, but I want a word that makes me think that they are, I mean, spicy seedlings isn't bad, but things, and they just have +1 attack. Okay, great, because they're only D4s, they're not going to last, which is fine. He's just like, bleh, here's a bunch of seeds. Chipotle.
Chipotle. Dave, that's great. Scoville seedling.
Oh, I kind of like that even more. It's alliterative.
Yeah.
All right, great. Okay, great. So it can generate a bunch of minions, which like you want to deal with, but you also like that's annoying. If you hit it, it deals the min die of what you rolled against you as fire damage. If you hit it with fire, it takes no damage and it boosts itself, but that's not going to happen probably with this group. Seems unlikely.
Then Cytosine says habanerets, which sound like kind of like minions, like the Peppergini and the habanerets.
Yeah, yeah.
Minions.
Sure, I think that sounds like an instrument. So, like a habanerets, like a castanets. Yeah. Okay. We've got Fire Breath, which gives it an ability to attack multiple targets, which is very nice. It's got some defensive things, and it can make some minions. Like, I think that's everything we need for that.
Yeah.
It's great.
I like it.
So, there we go. So we have our Peppergini. We've got our environment. We've got some magic words. Nice. I can put these back.
So what's going to happen when they defeat the Peppergini in the final scene?
Right, that's the other thing I need. I need to put that on the bottom of the Peppergini sheet.
What's the plan?
So they defeat the Peppergini, and they're like, okay, they've won, and the Vandals are gone. The Vandals have left by that point. They've defeated the Peppergini, and the tower is like in danger. Because without the Vandals' continued presence, the magic sigils are beginning to fail.
Right.
So they'll need to stabilize the tower sigils in some way. Those sigils are already extant, so like the people that are magical here just reach out and like add their own power to the thing that I would assume they would do.
Yeah.
Is the magic people would give of their power into the sigils to stabilize the building.
Right.
There's a good chance they won't do that. There's a good chance they will flee. There's a good chance that like Trey's character is like, oh, I will just like start doing erector set things to stabilize the building.
Right.
That's fine. Like they can figure stuff out. But so they'll need to I wrote down the thing they're doing at the beginning here. I'll write down the thing they're doing at the end here. So stabilize building, or not. They can let it fall. Stabilize or escape.
Right.
Building. Then they'll need to...
Like the scene will still function if the building escapes. I mean, the building collapses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's totally fine.
Yeah.
But one way is if they decide to escape the building, I'm going to like assault Ray and Maggie's characters and be like, hey, you feel strongly about this. There's something in the corner of the room that is like drawing your attention and is like feels like a... and I can also do that to Adam too. I can be like, oh, by the way, the laser dragon, because he's tied to that. Yeah. I had a lot of fun in that session last week when he was like, oh, I get to use this principle if it's something that I couldn't possibly know anything about. It's like, you don't know anything about it, and yet it's something that you could know something about, so you don't get to use that principle. And he's like, what? What does that mean? I'm not going to tell you. It'll come up. That's session 5? That's issue 5, I think that comes up? Yeah. Anyway.
Right before the live Gen Con one. That'll be cool. Gosh. I'm excited to do this live at Gen Con.
It's going to be so much fun.
I think that'll be cool.
I hope you're all able to join us.
Yeah.
Okay, so they need to stabilize the building or escape. Then they will gather amulet, one way or another. So then they will need to recognize the corruption, or identify the corruption is probably more accurate, but that's fine. And then cleanse the amulet. I don't think this needs to go much more than 2 spaces. Because the nice thing is here, stabilize the building, get the amulet and like figure out the corruption of it, and then cleanse it. That's 3 challenges. Unless they 100%, they're going to create twists for themselves. So this scene is like, look, here's the framework for this scene. Here's the things that are happening, here's the story that's happening, and here's the challenges that'll come up. And then they will create the rope by which they will be hung.
Yeah.
Like,
and like the story and the funness
of
the scene. Yeah.
Yep. And then once they've done that,
I
then
like that about the system quite a lot.
and then once they do that, once the amulet is cleansed, the amulet will speak to them and be like, hello, greetings, you have activated the amulet. You are clearly not a knight of the Order Cosmic, but you have an amulet of the Order Cosmic, and it would be good if you would return it to the castle of the Knights Cosmic. And they'd be like, right. And they'd be like, how do we do that? And it's like, oh, we can do that now. And it'll teleport them. And it's like, what? Yep. So, yep.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm sorry you won't be here for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So for those of you that are watching this and will be watching the afternoon thing, Paul, because it's his birthday, has to fly to Seattle, as you do on all your birthdays. Of course, on your birthday you fly to Seattle. On Paul's birthday, he flies to Seattle. On my
if you're in Seattle, if you live in Seattle, you still fly there.
You have to fly somewhere else, either the night before or like that morning, so that you can fly back to Seattle. It's, I mean, you all know. I don't have to explain this to you. You know how this works. But anyway, so as a result, Chris Burton, our playtesting manager.
Yeah.
Job titles are so difficult. We have so many people doing so many things.
I don't like naming things.
I'm really glad we got to have everybody in the beginning of the stream in for that. There was there's so many people.
There's a lot of people.
Wow.
Especially because we've got Emily and Ellie for the summer working in the warehouse.
So
that makes 17. I think that's 17 people.
I think it's 16 people. I think Chris Kirkman makes 17 people. I could be wrong though. You want to count it out?
Yeah.
You want to count it out? Okay. So we've got. Oh, you're going to count offices?
Yeah.
Because I think it's 14 people in the office normally. It's 14 people full time in the office.
Yeah, it's 16 people.
And then Chris Kirkman makes it 17.
Chris Kirkman makes it 17.
Yeah. So it's 14 people in the office full time. We have 2 part time workers right now. We'll have a third part time worker by the end of the summer.
Right.
And then they will all stop being part time because that's how it works. And then.
Chris Burton is Braithwaite. Speedy Rack asks, which one is Braithwaite? Chris Burton.
Right. Yeah.
Braithwaite's actually.
Yeah. We're reviewing all his personal information. Here is his social security number. It's no. So yeah, he'll be the one running the chat in the afternoon. Yeah. So when you're talking to people on the chat, it'll be Chris.
Cymat asks if they can all fly to Seattle.
Yes, we can all fly to Seattle. I mean, on your birthday, you can't fly to Seattle when it's not your birthday.
That's true.
Yeah. That would be uncouth. It'd be presumptuous.
Right.
You'd be like, oh, I'm flying to Seattle. It's like, excuse me, is it your birthday? Yeah. It's like going to Chili's and lying that it's your birthday so you can get like a free appetizer or something. Come on, don't be that guy. All right.
It's only worth it if you get a free hat.
Oh, well, for sure. For sure.
All right. No, like as we explained, M3 and Z3R. If you're already in Seattle, yes, you must fly there on your birthday.
Right.
You have to fly away first, though, and then back for your birthday.
Right.
Which is why it's rough to have a birthday in Seattle more flight.
Yeah. Right.
Really the same.
What you should do if your birthday is coming up and you live in Seattle is you should go on vacation or at least take a work trip elsewhere.
Correct.
And then fly back on your birthday. And that way you're like, I've followed the rules that I must follow.
The pro move. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Good. Sunvar's explaining it.
Oh, good. Good.
I don't know how M3 and Z3R
I would just
made
say
it this far in life.
I would just say Minzer.
No,
because,
I'm not going to.
No, but that's what I would say.
Oh, okay.
You can't say no to the thing that I would say. I'm going to say that.
No, you wouldn't say that.
You're right, I wouldn't. It's your birthday. I'm not going to argue with you. A thing that we can announce here is that we're going to be doing the Greater Than Games podcast starting by the end of July.
Oh, yes.
We're going to be doing a podcast that isn't a specific podcast that we record as a podcast like the Letters page is, but is a podcast that we do by taking a lot of the videos and things we do. Like this here, this thing we just did on this live stream would make a fine podcast because you not being able to see me do these things, you already can't see me do these things. Look, what did I do? You don't know. Can you read that? I can't even read that. So we'll be turning the audios from the Sentinel Comics Live, but then also from other like panels we do at conventions. Like anytime that we put out any sort of video thing that's like, oh, this would work well as an audio thing, we'll be putting that out as a podcast. And like Trevor will be editing those to make sure they are in their best shape. And like we'll probably have like before the GM prep sessions, we'll probably want to have like a stinger that's like, hey, this is so super spoilers, probably skip this.
Right, Trevor and I talked about it. What we're basically going to do is structure it as a single podcast stream,
but it's
that
not
has multiple short shows.
Yeah.
So there's some podcasts that do this, and there's going to be like there'll be the 6-episode show that is season 1 of Sentinel Comics Live.
Right.
That will be a 6-episode thing, and then if we do a season,
but it'll all go into the same feed. It's not going to. We're not going to split it up into lots of different things.
Right. So you might see like, here's season 1 of Sentinel Comics Live, and then here's season 1 of Sentinel Comics Live, the GM sessions, episodes 1 to 3, whatever. Yep. And then there'll be, here's the Gen Con panels for Gen Con 2018.
Right.
And then here's the Gen Con panels for Gen Con
2017, because we have those.
Yeah.
We don't have 2016. 2017 is the first year we
so,
have recorded
yeah.
those. But.
And then anyway, we go back there, and then here's this the very first, the precursor to the letters page, where there's train noises.
Yeah, the very first episode 0 that ended up being unsalvageable.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Trevor feels that he can make that one work. But I think like the ultimate decision was no.
Yeah.
But
It's terrible. But anyway, so the moral of the story is that if you missed this, or if you want to go listen to it again, and you prefer an audio-only format, we will hopefully have that over the next few months, roll that up. And
the answer to your question is yes, it is a self-burn of my handwriting. My handwriting is awful, but it's not as bad as Paul's.
That's true.
Paul has the worst handwriting of any adult person I know.
I think that's true.
That's probably true.
Right.
There might be somebody that I know that I've not seen their handwriting before,
Right.
and it could be worse. But the adult person whose handwriting I've seen, yours is almost certainly the worst.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I sit down and write really slowly, like I'm in first grade just learning how to write, and I've got the paper with the 2 solid lines and a little dotted line in the middle, and then you draw.
But you could do that on this one, where you just essentially treat this as a dotted line. You could be like,
which is
letters,
realistically what
like,
great.
Great.
Realistically,
like I can make very legible.
I can write in a
like
I am now writing in a font very slowly and taking care, and then it looks nice. But if I'm just writing up, I can barely read it. Barely read it.
Yeah. Yep. I also have this bad habit where like I will just write over a word and be like, oh, I wanna write a different thing here. I'll just write the other word on top of the other word, and like it's fine. I can read it. It's not for you. But anyway, I think we're done. We're just shooting the hay at this point, and you got to get to your flight.
Hay is a very common thing to shoot.
Right. Well, so you got a bale of hay and you put arrows into it. Like if you see when
that's not joking.
That's where that expression comes from.
Yeah.
Shooting the hay.
Yeah. Genuinely normal thing to do.
A fun thing that I sometimes do when I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do swears, like last week when we were doing this and you were like, I'm going to do swears, is that I will use the word hey instead of a swear, because it's like another person's voice coming in there, and I'm like, oh man, this hey guy was giving me trouble. Like I like envisioning somebody else yelling hey instead of a swear.
Shooting the hay. I like that.
Yeah. And so I'm going to say, hey, and then Trevor can take that me yelling hey and just edit it in as the beep for things in other podcasts. And
perfect.
Like, hey, hey,
hey.
We just have a collection of hays that we use as our swears.
I think that'd be good.
Trevor, you have more jobs now. Trevor's now full-time with us too.
That's true.
Now. Trevor will be full-time with us in a week.
Right.
In a week minus a day.
Correct.
He starts Monday next week.
Yes. And that would be nice. And then we have.
It would be nice.
I think we just hired a bunch of people. And
yeah.
now I think we will go a while.
It's great because we hired a bunch of people, and then you and I are going to go to Mexico. Right. Oh man. Just to visit.
Yeah. To like scout for this tower.
To hang out with the imposters.
Right.
Yeah. And avoid the arcanasbestos. All right. Thank you all so much for watching, and join us back here in about an hour and some change, and it'll be real good times. Say happy birthday to Paul. Bye, everybody. Bye.